Welcome back to another episode of You Win or You Learn. I am Dylan Haskin. So we recently had a really big client win, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So we have a real estate client who we do marketing for here in the northern suburbs in Cape Town. So they are called Swart Property Group. We started with them in the beginning of last year, so it's about a year and a half ago. They had Instagram account, Facebook and YouTube. They were mostly using Facebook. Instagram was just images they were putting out, and they had about 280 followers. And we grew over the year and a half. We've grown their accounts to a combined 70,000. So I think we had like almost 30,000 Instagram followers in a year and a half. We started a new TikTok account, which is about 25,000, and their Facebook has grown to about 20,000 followers. So we did that all with organic content and no paid ads. I mentioned in one of my other episodes about how do we measure if this is working for them. And this client's goal was also, they were wanting brand awareness. They were wanting to grow the brand for more people to know about them. And organic social media is really good for that. So what we did was we created a lot of educational content, things that will show them as a professional in their field. It builds trust, and we were just consistent with that. We didn't do any sales type of content, so it was all just about adding value. If you guys listen to Gary Vee at all, he's like someone I look up to from a marketing kind of perspective. His thing is like jab, 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 right hook, which is basically give, and then you ask. So it's our philosophy with marketing is very much the same, where it is give a lot of information, give a lot of value. And once you've done that a whole lot of times, then you can ask people, okay, would you be interested in what I sell? And that has worked very well with them. So the thought about how do we measure this, to me, it's always been brand awareness is when people in real life know who you are, if they see you or they recognize you. So we had a small example of that probably about 5 months in or so, when the owner of the place, his name is Rowan. So he went for coffee, and the person who was making the coffee at the Starbucks actually recognized him and be like, hey, you're that guy who does all the property stuff on TikTok. So Rowan took a photo with him, and then he sent me the photo. And that was like a great example of how the content has worked to grow their brand and to be actually recognized in public. Obviously, when this gets turned into sales and all those type of things is a long process, especially with what they do with selling houses. But the goal of what they had was to create more brand awareness. And that to me is like a great example. And now, like really recently, we had an incredible example of how this worked, where ABSA, they reached out to Rowan and asked him if he could be a guest at a talk that they're doing up in Johannesburg on social media marketing in the property space. Now, that is like the prime example of how social media worked for them to get him there. The reason why they found him was because they found him on social media. Don't forget, this company is like a small real estate place in Brackenfell in the northern suburbs in Cape Town. They aren't South African one in the sense that they're all over South Africa. They are just based in Brackenfell, and they just do the northern suburbs. Now, this little company creating content got them seen by ABSA to come talk to their staff about how to create social media and how to create a presence. It was just like such a win and such a good example of how them doing that on social media has created this brand awareness that's given them the recognition, but also not just the recognition, the authority to be able to go to a place like that and share. So I just wanted to share this really cool news with you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.